Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a fun looking puzzle in front of us. It's called Quantum Relay by masetab, I think is what that is pronounced as. We've got given digits, which is not something we see too often in these puzzles, so always interesting to get those on there. But let's look at this, the rule set and see what's going on, because it doesn't look like there's anything crazy, but I've kind of saw a comment that said that somebody thought this was a little bit harder than it was listed as, but sometimes that just depends on the solver. So let's see if we can get into this guy and see what's going on. So normal Sudoku. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We've got thermometers, so digits strictly increase starting from the bulb end. So it's a normal thermo. So this will be the bulb, this is the tip, this will be the lowest digit, and this will be the highest digit, and there's some grouping between them where the digits are increasing. Then we have Kropkis, so black Kropkis, so digits separated by a black dot in a 1:2 ratio, which means these two here will be in a 1:2 ratio, or one will be double the other. And then finally we have cells in a gray square are even, so this is going to be an even digit. That's it. So nothing more to talk about there. Let's just jump into it. Let's get going. I was trying to orient myself here, but let's just get started. Links in the description below. All right. So where the heck are we going to start? I'm going to put this guy in just to do it. I don't think it tells me too much. Excuse me. But voice is going away here. Hope it stays. Let's start thinking about you, because you can't be 1 or 2 to start. So there is a little bit of a restriction here. 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. 5, 6, 7. There is a restriction there because the 4 and the 5. So even though this can go as low as 3, we can't get anywhere until we get to the 6 or a 7. So this goes 7, 8, 8, 9. So there is a little restriction there. Now you not so much, although there are some restrictions. So maybe we put them in and see what happens. Also, we have these guys down here we could start to look at. So we might just have to start seeing how all of these guys are coordinating with each other. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. So let's put those in. This could be 3, can't be 4 or 5 though. So again, go up to a 7 there. And then we can do, well, 6, 7, 8, and 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that looks like it could all work. We also are going to know that one of these is a 1 and one of these is a 2. The 5 is not quite as useful. Let's start thinking about these 2 here and then again see what comes out of it, because I think they're going to be the same thing, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll come back and remove options there in a second, because there's obviously some 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6, 7, 8, 9. You obviously can't be 5. And that's just about all that really does, isn't it? Curious. Okay. Let's see. Doesn't look like we have any trips or anything that I can see right off the bat. We're close to having a quad here, but we need to remove this 5 to be able to do that. Is there any way we can work through that in any way? 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 6. No, I was going to see, if we start, it's at one location here, what it does to these other guys. And I don't think there's quite enough there. At least not at the moment. Oh, let's think about this column. Where do the 1s and 2s go? Well, they can't go here or here, so they must go in these 2. Whether or not that tells us much, I'm not quite sure, but it's there, so we will use it. I guess that means that this can't be a 1-2 pair. 2, 4, 3, 6, and 8. Does that start to push anything anywhere else in here? One of these 2 will be the 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, one of these will be a 9, but I don't know if that's all that helpful either. What about the 5s? That's a little bit more helpful now, because that can at least remove a 5 from here. But of what value does that really give us? I don't know. Let's see what else we can find in this guy. There might be a little bit of a trickiness to get into this one. I think that's what a previous comment was saying about getting started was the more difficult part. One of these two has to be a 3. Is there anything in that? I don't think so just yet. Unless it's not possible for this to be a 3 because of what happens in the rest of this. Let's think about it. Can this be a 3? If it is, this is from 2, 4, 8. This has to, well, there would be a 4, so this would just be a 6. 7, 8, this would be a 2, 4 pair. I guess that still works, though. Yeah, because if you put a 3 here, this will have a 4 on it, so this has to go to the 6, 7, 8, 9. This would be a 2, 4 because of the 8. This would end up being the 1. And then what would these two be? They'd be broken, because you'd have to put a 5 in one of these two. Yeah, I think that's, yeah. If you put a 3 here, you remove this as being a 5, which means there's no place for a 5 to go. So this actually is the 3. That's kind of curious. Again, I don't quite know what that does for us. It means these are from 5, 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. We know one of these two is a 5. And then what else that says, I'm not entirely sure. So 5. I don't think we can do the same thing with the 5s. Actually, we can. This can't be a 5, can it? Because of what happens here. What happens if this is a 5? This is a 4 and a 3. Well, this now can't be 3, 6, 2, 4, or 4, 8. So it's broken. So this is the 5. Wow. Curious. I like that. So we do now have that 6, 7, 8, 9. One of these two is going to be the 9. Now, yeah, this can't be a 6 either because of the same coordination back to here. Because if this is a 6, this again will be a 4, 3, and break this. So you can't be 6 or 7 anymore. So we have a 7, 8, 9. This becomes the 6, which means, where'd my mouse? Is my battery dying here? Hello? 1 second. I think I need a new battery. Hold on. Gotta love these sorts of things, right? We've got some extras in here. Don't mind me, just going about normal business. Oh, you gotta love it. Right, you go here. You go in there, and we're back. Okay, let me put all my batteries back. Let's get back to the sauce. This is a 3. This is a 2. Get rid of all that stuff. This can't be a 3 anymore. All right, now what does any of that tell us? I don't think it says what these guys are. Now, this also can't be a 4 if we come back and keep using that same bit of logic, because that will force this to be a 3. Again, we can't make this happen, so that's not a 4. And then Let's see what else we can. Oh, wait, the 2 here says 1, 2, 1, not 1. Okay. This is a 1, 5 pair then, so we can put those in. And do we just have some Sudoku we can get into now, or what? One of these will be a 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think there's anything really going on right there. But let's go down the line, see if we have anything else working, because I don't think we can make any more assertions about these guys. Can we? No, we can't, because this could still be a 7. If this is a 7, this is a 6. This would have to be a 3. So this could still, well, these are not 2s, first off. 7, 6, 3. Yeah, this would be a 4, 8. Can this ever be a 6, though? The answer there is no, because it would be 6, 7, 8, and break this. This just has to be a 9 now. 9. Let's start crossing over here. You can't be a 5. I don't think we have enough in this just yet, but very curious how these guy keeps giving us more information to work with. Now, it's either an 8 here, 4, 6. I don't think we can make any more determinations there. Because this could be 3, 6, 4, 7, 8, or it could be 4, 8 with 3, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. Let's move on now and try to find something else we can work with. I think we've done what we can with the ones at the moment. One of these is a 2. One of these is a 2, which means one of these is nothing spectacular, but we know one of these is a 3, so one of these is again, not quite. Not much doing with the 4s there. We know the 5s is over there. One of those. Okay. I don't think we're going to get anything more on Sudoku at the moment, so we're going to have to find something else to work with. What is it going to be? Let's think. This can't ever be an 8, because it forced both of these to be 9s. So there's a little, we gotta probably just have to start thinking about these thermos like we did here and how they're gonna interact with each other, which means you're not 7 or 6. That gives us a 3, 4 pair. So what are these guys? 6, 7, and 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost a quintuple or a quad, but not quite. Again, the 2's over here, the 1's over here, the 3 could be anywhere. Okay. Do we have anything else where we can have a restriction? This is 8, 7. I don't think there is right there. And no, I'm not seeing anything else right at the moment. 6, 5, 4, 3, anything like that where the extreme digit causes any problems. Doesn't look like it. But let's maybe look at that a little closer about what happens over here. Because if we do a 6, 5, 4, 3, this becomes the 4. This becomes that 3, 6. That's 7, 8, 9. No, that doesn't affect anything as far as I can tell. One of these is a 9 by Sudoku. But that's again kind of meh. One of those two is a 7. That doesn't interact. very well. Okay, what's the next place to look on this guy? Something in here's got to do the next bit of work. I don't think the square has come into play just yet. 4, 5, 6. Not really. Okay. Things that make you go, Can't really do much over here as far as I can tell. Again, if there's one of these guys being the higher digit, again, I don't think that we'll remove options in any deadly type of way. Four, 4, 8, 3, 6. No, I looked through all these options before and it doesn't look like they tell us too much. Okay. Well, excuse me. 4, 5, 6, no. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck here for a second. What am I not seeing that's right in front of my face? We know one of those is a 5, but that doesn't tell us anything. There's nothing really cutting across as far as I can tell. No. Oh, well, maybe there is a little something here. Thinking about what would occur here. What would happen if this was an 8 or a 9? Well, it would say that the 8s and the 9s would have to go up here, but that would break this. So this can't be 8 or 9. That's curious too, which means we can reduce U a little bit further. Does it do enough for us, though? What about you? You're the exact same thing. Because if we put 8s and 9s here, that forces 8, 9 here and breaks this. So this is 7, 8, 9. Okay. These cannot be the 4, 8 anymore. So this is our 4 and 7. Good. That forces 3. 1, 6, and 7s. That doesn't tell us what these guys are just yet. But maybe we have more information on Sudoku for some of these digits. So let's see if we can get those to work in some fashion, or we need to just look here or something like that. One of these will be a 4. I think that's all that gives us. We haven't changed anything with our 5s or 6s. 7s were really the... Okay, so this is a 2, 7, 9. You're not 2, so this is just a given 8. Okay, there's a little bit of something. You guys have to be what? 3 and 8? Don't think we can determine those. What are you guys? 2, 4, and 6? Let's get rid of some of this markings that we don't necessarily need. And hopefully we are going to have something now cutting across that's going to help us move along. No. Okay, yeah, the 9 goes over here now, which pushes this to be the 8, 7, 6. That should help us a little bit. You're not a 7. You're not 7 or 8, so you are the 6. Okay, there we go. That's what we needed. That's going to then say 5, 4. This can't be 4. Those guys have not resolved that yet. This guy could still be 6 or 7 at this point. I don't think we're going to find anything down here either just yet, so maybe we need to start looking up and down. We have the 1, we have the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7 is one of those 3. The 8 is one of those 3. And the 9 could go anywhere. Yeah, so that's not really doing much. What about you? Okay, yeah, there has to be a 7 in here, so this is a 6. One of you is the 7. The other, there's, what else is there? Something else that's in here, right? A 9. And then now we can say, where does the 6 go? It has to go over here. Okay. Which means these are just 4, 7, and 9. Let's get rid of those markings. You're not 7, you're not 4. Okay. What else can we say? Those haven't quite told us anything. Don't think we can say too much about the rest of these guys. We know there's an 8 down here. We know there's a 7 down here. We know there's a 6 up here. I think that's the extent. Okay, let's find something else we can work with. Anything now that's opened itself up. Not you. No. We're going to find it somewhere. We just got to keep looking. It's around here. 4s, don't think so. Yeah, I guess one of these is a 4, but that's still not really that helpful. 5s, there we go. This is a 5, which means you are a 4. Good. Every little bit we can get, you are a 4, which means you are a 4. And one of those 2. Again, little bits and bobs here, but let's keep moving. Let's try those 5s again. You know, one of those 2 will be. Don't like that too much, but I'll put it in. We'll take what we can get. What about the 6s now? Yes, here's a 6. Again, one of those 2. One of those, but that doesn't tell us too much. One of those, okay. 7s, no, still not quite, but one of these 2, okay, there we go. There's another digit we can use and say this is the 8 and the 6 and the 7. Good. Okay, that's going to give us the 3 and the 6 finally. So let's jump back into some of this stuff. 3, 5s and 6s. Yeah, we should be good with the 6. I thought so. Just wanted to run through the progression. That's all the 6s. Let's see if we can do something with those 7s. One of those 2 is a 7. So this is actually just a 3, 4, 7, which means you are a 9. You guys will be a 1, 8. We can do that. 1 and 8. You'll be a 2, 9. That means we have an X-wing on 9s. What are you, 3? Goodness gracious. We need 2s, 3s, and 9s. There's a little bit of reduction there, but not a whole lot. Ooh, the voice does not want to be working right now. My apologies for the raspiness. We said these were 3, 4, and 9. Okay, you are the... Jeez, you are the 4. You guys are not... Wait, not 9. Shoot, I put that in wrong. I wasn't supposed to be putting 9 here, I was putting 7s here. That changes things. You're not 4, you're not 3. Getting all choked up, and now I can't see what numbers I gotta put where. What do these guys have to be? 4, 7, and 8? Actually, okay, we can use that. These will be a 4, 7 pair because we can't put 4 or 7 here, so that's 8. Get rid of you. You are 4, 7. The 8 is going to give us our 3 and 8. One of those will be our final 3. This will be the final 8. Well, this will be the final 8, actually. Yeah, okay. Let's keep moving along. What do we got going here now? The 2 7s or 9s? No, these guys aren't quite resolved. 2s and 4s aren't quite resolved. What about you 3? 3, 7, and 9? You can't be 3 or 7, so you are the 9. Which means you're the 9. You're a 3, you're a 7. You can't be a 7, you are 3. 7, 4, 3, 7. Perfect. Then you have to be a 4, which is going to give us that 2, 4. Good. These are a 1, 5, 7. Not quite determined yet. Do we get the... Yeah, we do get the 9 here to give us that 2 at least. 7, 9. Good. Let's move on to some of these other guys going across this way. We need 1s and 5s. That doesn't help us. We need 1s, 5s, and something else. Whatever that else goes here, it's a 3. This is 1 or 5. Now these two have to be, what, the 9 and the 2, and we can do those. So that's the 9, that's the 2, that's the 7 and the 9. This becomes the 7, 1, 5. This becomes our 3. This becomes our shush phone, 1. This becomes the 5. What are you guys? We said 1, 5, and 2. You're not 1, you're not 5. Okay, let's go looking for something here. Has to break up one of these guys. 1 or 2, 7 or 9. Oh, yeah, there it is, the 7. 9, 7, 2, 9, 1, 5, 2, and then 5, 1. There we go, okay. Apologies for all the interruptions on that one, but I don't know what's going on with my throat right now. Fun puzzle. Certainly had some very interesting restrictions that could occur with these thermos, which I really enjoyed. It kind of just kept on giving too, because you can just really reduce this guy down quite a bit, and then we can use these other guys a bit to help reduce ourselves as well. So fun puzzle. I'm going to go get a sip of tea or something like that to clear my throat up. I hope you all enjoyed this one and could deal with the raspy throat there. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.